Piggybacking off of my latest video, if you've ever felt like something happened and made you stop and say, that can't just be a coincidence. Well, what if I told you that the Bible doesn't have a word for coincidence in the way that we know it today? I kind of went into like a little deep dive of the word. God had put in my heart to read Ruth, so this is kind of where it started. So the Hebrew word most commonly translated to coincidence is mikra, and it literally means a happening, an occurrence, or what befalls you. It comes from the root kara. If I'm not saying it right, don't come for me. This means to happen, to meet, or to fall upon. But here's the twist. Mikra doesn't mean random in the way that we think. So I mentioned having read Ruth, and in Ruth 2, verse 3, it says, and she happened to come to the field belonging to Boaz. And in Hebrew, the verse, which I will put right here because I cannot say, literally translates to her happening happened. So that's a double word meant to look like a coincidence, but clearly it's pointing to God's providence. Ruth didn't just stumble into her destiny. She was led to it. Other places that Mikra shows up, 1 Samuel 6, verse 9, the Philistines test if the plagues from the Ark of the Covenant are real or just coincidence, aka Mikra. It wasn't random though. God's hand was all over it. In Ecclesiastes 9, verse 11, it says, time and chance happen to them all. There's Mikra again, right? But from man's point of view, life feels like it's just a roll of dice. But in Proverbs 16, verse 33, flips that and says, the lot is cast into the lap, but its every decision is from the Lord. Somewhere else we see it is in Deuteronomy 22:6. Even stumbling upon a bird's nest is called a mikra, and yet God gives us a law about it, which means even the little things are not random to God. In the New Testament, we see the idea of a coincidence, I believe, only once, and that's in Luke 10:31. By chance, a priest came down the road. The Greek word is synchria. I think synchria means a concurrence, two things coming together. But the point of the parable, that coincidence became a test of compassion. God was in it. It wasn't just a random walk, it was a divine setup. Now in English, the word coincidence comes from Latin, com meaning together and incidere, to fall upon. So coincidence means two things falling together, not even necessarily randomly. But over time, we turned it into something that means unplanned or accidental. The Bible never does that. So what scripture actually teaches, God is sovereign over every moment. What we call coincidence is often, more than likely, a divine appointment. Nothing is outside his reach. Not the big decisions, not the random encounters, not even the timing of a bird's nest. There's no such thing as a coincidence in the kingdom. What looks like chance is often just God moving behind the scenes. So the next time something just happens, that person texts you out of nowhere, you run into someone at the store, you find exactly the scripture you needed for that day, don't say it's a coincidence. Look up and say, Lord, I see you working. Let me know if this resonated with you. God bless you.